Okay guys, this is the third video. We're just kind of like a preview. uh, well, I don't know what you call it. These videos are like running up to the Minuteman series. Okay, I don't even know what I'm going to call these videos yet, but I'm going to call them something. I'm going to call them something, right? So I left off. I told you I'm going to give you a heads up on camouflage, and then we started talking about, well, if you're strapped for cash and you can only have one color, I talked about that. Okay, and we went through all that. And if you missed that last video, you definitely need to go back and watch it, because first of all, you should watch all of my videos in sequence, because they often roll into the next one, leaving off from the previous, and each one is going to have nuggets of information in it for you. Okay, so whenever you watch my videos, you should automatically be ready to take notes. You should automatically have a notepad on hand and your favorite ink stick or crayon or whatever you use, right? So now I left off talking about this camouflage, and my personal opinions on camouflage is that the camouflage is a live or die possibility. Okay, you could either live or die by your choice in camouflages. There are a lot of camouflages out there. There are a lot of them. There are so many camouflages out there. There are some very good ones out there. But I've narrowed it down here. One that I left off here that I'm going to mention when I get talking about each camouflage, and I'm gonna bring that up because I forgot about it. Anyway, so spring and summer, right? Man, that's when everything starts to pop. Everything gets green. Everything comes back to life. The trees and the shrubbery and all that is like, give me light, So everything gets green. Photosynthesis is, kicking in and all that. Trees start making oxygen so that we can continue to breathe air, right? And that's the thing. We have a symbiotic relationship with green stuff because we give them carbon dioxide, CO2. We breathe that out, okay? And trees breathe that in. And green stuff absorbs carbon dioxide, and then it emits oxygen. So they breathe out oxygen. So, trees are our friend. Now that I've got past all that, we'll talk about these camouflage colors. So, with spring and summer, everything gets nice and green. We really want to try, if we can. I'm setting up 2 kits, okay, and this is how I'm doing it: spring, summer, and autumn, winter, right? So tiger stripe camouflages are very, very effective. They've always been effective. I have worn several different types over the years, and I have always sworn by tiger stripes, and because they're so darned effective. So tiger stripes is at the top of my list. I've got a couple of different variations in my clothing. And then after that, I've got apple dyed multi-scam, okay, and ATAX. They got ATAX with the Roman numeral 9 after that. I don't know why they called it that, but it looks like it has tiger stripes in it, but it's an ATAX color pattern. So that's a nice one. And then of course you got the OSB, right? Old Standby olive drab or olive green, right? That's an old standby. And then the other one that I forgot to put on this list of ones that I would recommend is the German Flecktarn camouflage. They're green Flecktarn. So, of course, there are lots of others, but these are just the ones that, you know, I've narrowed it down. Some get a little bit too bushy, for my opinion. They look too much like a bush, and I ruled that out. Of course, you may like that. I mean, one thing that we have to remember is that everybody, you know, you got to kind of cater to your own environment. So wherever you're living, that's where you need to kind of like look at certain camouflage patterns and then go with that. But the thing is to boil it down to take 4 seasons and make it into 2, right? So I got spring, summer, and then I got autumn, winter. And in the autumn and winter, I just threw this on here, but I'm going to talk about autumn and winter a little bit more, because spring and summer, the common theme is green. That's the common theme. Spring and summer, the common theme is green, right? Autumn and winter, depending on where you are. All right, so I got you know, four seasons here in New England, right? So I live in New England. We got 4 seasons in autumn and winter. Of course, all the leaves fall to the ground, and you got bare trees. Some places in the far north, in like Maine, is predominantly pine trees. So if you're in Maine, then you got to deal with that. You will still have a lot of green in the winter, right? In Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont, you're going to see a lot of that pine trees. But I immediately think of Maine because the pine tree state, right? But in autumn, winter, I've got 2 camouflages here. I got tiger stripes in the brown variety, okay? So they call those desert tiger stripes. The British have something, they got like a desert DPM, you know, so that I've got a smock in the desert DPM. Anyway, and that's for the winter, autumn, winter, right? That's in my bag. So, and then I've got desert tiger stripes, and I've got coyote brown. So I've got, you know, coyote brown and Carhartt style trousers. Now I want to talk about those trousers, because those canvas type trousers, I want to talk about those a little bit. So, and that's for spring, summer, and autumn, winter. So what I'm wearing right now is I'm wearing these 511s, alright? Now, I had bought these a number of years ago, and I don't wear them too often. They seem to be, they're okay for walking around in an urban environment, but man, you get out in the bush, and I got a hole right there, like, you know, the first time I wore them. So I ended up, it's shut now. I sewed the heck out of it. I, you know, melted a little bit, and then I put a patch behind it, and then I sewed the heck out of it to close the hole. But you should look at Carhartt or Dickies or any of those type of canvas workwear trousers, and in both olive drab and in the closest you can get to olive drab and coyote brown. And you can use those for your bottoms, for your everyday wear. And then when you know that you're going to go on a mission, okay, because you're not going to be on a mission every day. It's not like you're going on a mission 24/7, 365 for 10 years. All right. So you save your best camouflage that's going to keep you alive for a mission, right? And you want to have other stuff for every day, right? So while we're still being oppressed, right? While we're still living at a state of war, you know, you're gonna have times where you're gonna have to like move amongst the people, right? And you can still move amongst the people in a set of Carhartts, right? You don't want to look tactical, right? You have a mission, and then you got your tactical stuff, and then you got your everyday stuff for mingling amongst the people. But also you can consider in autumn winter, you could consider an over white poncho, okay? Just, you know, German over whites, or, you know, I think that's what I got in a bag. Just a poncho, put it on. That's all you need. You have your browns underneath, right? And then you'll blend in good. Another thing to consider that I have found, you may think this is weird or not, but I have found that regular old multicam works pretty good in the woods in the winter when there's snow. That does work pretty good in the winter with snow, because there is white in there as well. And then of course there is some greenery here and there still in the winter. But yeah, that's something to consider. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that down. This thing gets down to seconds. It bothers me. I just gotta shut it off. Yeah. I think this is video 3. We still haven't got to any kit, so we're gonna come back to video 4. Alright. So I will see you in video 4, and we'll stop talking about the camouflage. If you guys got questions or so on, you can always feel free to email me, and I will talk to you about whatever your question is.